Hi, my name is Jerselyn. I worked at Rivera Corporation for 20 years. I gave my youth to that company. I worked weekends. I worked holidays. I stayed when others left. People often joked that I cared more about the company than my own life. Maybe they were right. The owner, Mr. Rivera, trusted me more than anyone. He gave me important tasks. He let me handle major projects. He asked for my opinion before making decisions. He had no wife, no children, no family around. Over time, people started whispering. One day, the company will be hers. At first, I ignored the rumors. But after 20 years, I started believing them. Why wouldn't I? I knew every department, every employee, every client. I had sacrificed everything. If anyone deserved the company, it was me. Then one day I was fired. No warning, no explanation, just a letter. I was shocked. But I convinced myself there was a reason. Maybe it was part of the transfer. Maybe Mr. Rivera was preparing a surprise. Maybe he wanted to announce everything properly. Months later, I heard the news. Mr. Rivera was retiring. A new owner would be announced. The moment I heard it, I smiled. Finally, this was it. Everything made sense now. I bought a new suit for the occasion. The next morning I walked into the company. Nobody stopped me. Employees stared as I entered. Some looked confused, others looked nervous. I smiled at all of them. Soon they would understand. Soon I would be the boss. I walked straight into the executive office, the office I had dreamed about for years. I slowly sat in Mr. Rivera's chair. The large leather chair felt perfect. I leaned back and smiled. Then I pressed the intercom. "Please bring me a coffee." The secretary looked surprised, but she nodded. A few minutes later, she placed the coffee on my desk. I took a sip. Then I said, "Please call all department managers. I want a meeting in 30 minutes. The secretary hesitated, but she made the calls. Soon the conference room was full. Managers sat quietly. Everyone looked confused. I stood at the front of the room. Today felt different. Today felt important. I looked at all of them and smiled. I know many of you have worked hard. Things will change under my leadership. The room became silent. I continued speaking. There will be salary increases. Some employees looked shocked. Others started smiling. A few even clapped. For nearly an hour, I talked about my plans, new benefits, new policies, a better future. The employees listened carefully. Everything felt real. Everything felt right. I could almost see my name on the office door. Then the conference room doors opened. Mr. Rivera walked inside. Beside him were 2 police officers. The room instantly became quiet. I smiled. I thought they were there for the official announcement. I couldn't have been more wrong. Mr. Rivera looked at me, not with pride, not with respect, but with confusion. "Jerselyn," he said, "you no longer work here." The smile slowly disappeared from my face. The room felt colder. I laughed nervously. Very funny. "When do we announce it?" Nobody laughed. Nobody smiled. The police officers stepped closer. One of them asked me to stand up. I knew this was all part of the plan. I just had to stay in jail a little longer until they came for me and told me that I was the new CEO.